Welcome to Almost Senator en route, and this is the New Mexico part. To get from Atlanta to New Mexico, Albuquerque, New Mexico, I flew out of Atlanta, and Atlanta Airport is the busiest worldwide with more than 90 million passengers per year, compared to Heathrow, which is a pretty big one as well. Heathrow has about 60 million passengers a year. And somewhat special at Atlanta Airport is there is just an international terminal and a domestic terminal, compared to other airports with several different terminals where you need to figure out before where you want to go. All these concourses at the airport, they are connected via a long hallway underneath, and you can take either the train or you can walk. And I do remember from many years ago, this hallway was very boring, but apparently they installed some artwork down there. So if you're curious and if you have time, then walk through these hallways to get some art. I took Southwest the other day to get from Atlanta to Albuquerque, and Southwest is somewhat special because they do not do any seat reservations. But during the booking process, you can book the boarding position. So for more money, you can board earlier, so you can pick the seat what you prefer. And in addition to that, they also entice you to check in all your luggage. So there are 2 bags for free to check in, and that makes the boarding a bit easier as well compared to other airlines. One of the main reasons why I picked Albuquerque on the list is that I want to do the Breaking Bad tour, because Breaking Bad, the TV series from 10 years ago, that played in Albuquerque and New Mexico in general. And I always liked the architecture from that area and from that TV series, and that's the reason why I went there. And let's have a look at some footage from Albuquerque.
This is my first stop in Albuquerque, another boring motel in the suburbs. 104 degrees Fahrenheit, 40 degrees Celsius, but this is rather dry hot, which is not that bad. We'll be in another accommodation from tomorrow on.
Tren de alta velocidad de advertencia que se acerca. Por favor, paso detrás de la línea amarilla. Warning, high speed train approaching. Please stop behind the yellow line. Tren de alta velocidad de advertencia que se acerca. Por favor, paso detrás de la línea amarilla.
This is the Santa Fe rail yard, and I got here by the train. Everybody I told that I'll be going to Albuquerque said I should take the train to Santa Fe, and I thought this is going to be a tourist thing with a historic train with a steam engine. But this is indeed a regular commuter train which goes multiple times a day. And it was kind of historic because it has a diesel engine, but that's a regular service. That's pretty impressive for this part of the country. The first night in Albuquerque I spent in one of these boring motels because they are easy to reach typically and not too expensive, but I wanted to get something special after that. So I found an Airbnb in Santa Fe, and that was a very nice house in the suburbs of Santa Fe, and let's have a look at that one. A few moments ago, I checked in to my Airbnb, and my host told me that there will be other guests as well. And when I met them, a couple, I introduced myself and pointed out what a great house that is. And the guy only said, "No AC, there no air conditioning." End of the dialogue. Okay, got it. I saw then on the outside a truck, from an American point of view a rather small one, with a Texas license plate, and they do not have, and it did not look like a rental car, so no barcode stickers on it or something like that. And I can imagine these guys are rather used to at a room temperature of some 17 degrees Celsius or 60 Fahrenheit. And I bet they don't feel comfortable here. Here in the background you can see that house.
I apologized, Schadenfreude, but I had a second look and it was clearly stated in the listing at Airbnb that this house has no air conditioning.
To my surprise, I could find some restaurants in walking distance from my Airbnb in Santa Fe, at least from a European point of view in walking distance, so some 20 minutes or so walk one way. The highlight of the Albuquerque part in my trip, of course, was the Breaking Bad tour, which involved, of course, the trip to some of the houses from the characters in that TV series, and of course the car wash from Skylar White, and Los Pollos Hermanos, the restaurant where Gustavo Frings does his business. This is the house of Skylar and Walter White. Poor owners had no idea what's coming up 10-15 years ago when the location scouted them, because they are now permanently kind of bombarded by tourists and fans of the show. And there is one episode where somebody throws a pizza on the garage roof, and that already happened to them as well. And I guess that's the reason why they built a high fence around the house, which is not typical in that neighborhood. And in addition to that, they posted a sign which says, "Please take the pictures from the other side of the street." So that's kind of tough what they are facing. But they also got offered to sell that house and they don't want to sell it, so it seems okay for them. That was Almost Senator en route Albuquerque. If you want to do me a favor, please click the like button and subscribe. Thank you for watching. See you next time.